Hey Arnett, Eric here. Still doing movies I've never seen or horror movies I've never seen for the channel in October. And I'd recently done a guest spot on An American Werewolf in New Jersey. We discussed the Roman Polanski movie, Rosemary's Baby. It was the first time I'd seen that movie. Absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 out of 5. And what I did, or what that did for me, is I will eventually discuss that here on the channel, but it's going to take me some time to rewatch that film. Not because of like the subject matter, but it's one of those films that are so full of dread that you're going to have to wait a few years in between. At least I will to enjoy it again. Watch it. Maybe next year I'll watch it again. Um, but long story short, doing that episode inspired me to check out another Roman Polanski movie that's about the devil, and I think Mike, you can correct me if you're watching this. He did an episode of his show on this before I was like a regular on the channel. Today I'm discussing Roman Polanski's from 1999, The Ninth Gate. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. The basic plot of this is Johnny Depp, I guess, is not necessarily a book collector himself, but he goes from places trying to find the rarest books, that he can find hundreds of years old, first editions, that type of stuff, and then find them, get them, and then sell them to the highest bidder type of thing. And he is hired by Frank Langella to authenticate his book that is like a book he owns, supposedly that is co-written by the devil, and then authenticate because there's only 3 copies known in existence of the other 2 copies. And Frank gives him a whole shit ton of money going to various countries to authenticate this, and then basically Johnny's running for his life to from this group of people that want the book for themselves. Um, really enjoyed this film, but there's some there's a big difference between this and Rosemary's Baby. First off, Johnny Depp is great as always. Johnny is always great. Great chemistry with everybody that he comes into contact with. He is not playing a weirdo, for once. Pull him away from Tim Burton or get him off, the Pirates of the Caribbean set, and he is just playing a normal, down to earth guy, but a guy who will do what you want him to do for money. He respects who hires him. He does what they want, and he will get the job done to the best of his ability. And he's great. Frank Langella is again always great, whether it's in this movie or whether it's in a B horror movie like something stupid like a Brain Scan, or a comedy with Whoopi Goldberg like Eddie, or of all fucking things, he's Skeletor's Master of the Universe. Frank Langella is great in this movie. He's only in it for maybe 10 minutes, um, but he's so intimidating. I think it's because he's so large. His voice, he commands your attention. He commands your respect, and he's just one of those guys that you like has a presence that you wouldn't want to fuck with him type of thing, and he's really really good. The only other actors that I don't know names, but the only other actors worth of merit is I guess she's just called the girl. There is a girl who Roman Polanski does not hide the fact that she's fucking supernatural. Right when we see her, she is this girl who just happens to always be everywhere where Johnny Depp is, whether it's on a train, on a bus, at a cafe, type of thing. She knows what's going on, and she's heavily involved, and she's kind of a sidekick here and there, sprinkled out here and there. Um, she's great. She's really likable. She's got some great chemistry with Johnny Depp. But there's some stuff with her character that I'm definitely going to get into. And then the other character, there was a woman who was married to the person who Frank Langella bought his copy from. He hung him. The guy sold his copy, the Devil Book, his copy of the Devil Book to Frank Langella, and then hung himself. The woman that plays his wife, she's very seductive. She's very attractive. She seduces Johnny Depp. She could probably seduce anyone. You know what I mean? She's that good. And then she's pretty vicious. You know what I mean? When she tries to kill him afterwards. Liked her. And then there was this little old lady, in a wheelchair who was very stern, and she was another owner of the book, another copy of the book, and she just wouldn't put up with Johnny Depp shit. She didn't buy any of his like used car salesman. Hey, I'm gonna say this to get what I want type of stuff. But the acting is really really good in this. The tone, you have this very creepy tone of the otherworldly elements. What I really like is this is supernatural, but most of it is kind of just Johnny Depp going from here to there and just authenticating these books. He's seeing that a lot of the stuff is lining up. Like, the handwriting is fine, the font is fine, but the pictures are different. In one picture, one person's holding a key, another volume, person's hand is empty. This picture has four towers on the castle. This picture has three. That type of stuff. And he sees that the artist is um, autographing it LCF, Lucifer. You know what I mean? So you have that's the supernatural element of the devil in it, but a lot of it is just Johnny Depp trying to solve this puzzle of, is this book really possibly written by the devil? And he's trying to he eventually gets, he gets attacked by the woman that seduces him. He gets the book stolen. He has to get the book back. So there is this group of people who know who he is, and that's not related to the girl, and he's just on the run for his life, type of thing. So it's one of those good type of movies. I like it. Um, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, and for me, it never dragged. I never found myself bored because I wanted to see where this story was going to go. I don't know why I said it like that, but where this was going to go, and I was just interested because I know through Rosemary's Baby that this movie could possibly not have a happy ending, and I wanted to see if Johnny Depp was going to survive all this, because eventually we get to the ending where Frank Langella goes full devil worshipping witchcraft guy, and tries to kill Johnny Depp because Johnny wants to stop it and all that stuff. So that's the part of the movie I want to talk about. I've only seen this and Rosemary's Baby from Polanski, and this is Rosemary's Baby was pure cinema, in my opinion, to steal a gimmick from Mike at American Werewolf in New Jersey. This is a major step down in a lot of like filmmaking techniques. I didn't understand a lot of choices Polanski did. Was he trying to make some of this movie a comedy? Because when he's getting seduced by, like, he just got done having sex with the seductress, I'll just call her, and he refuses to give the book. He just wanted to bang her, type of thing. She's trying to kill him, but he's still got his pants around his ankles because they just had sex. And Polanski focuses on the leg stuck in the pants and the way Johnny Depp is kind of being goofy because he's chasing him and pushing him against the wall with his pants around his ankles. That's kind of goofy. There's a lot of weird musical choices. I mean, like a movie where you're looking for a book that's supposedly written by Satan himself or co-written. There's a lot of goofy music in this. Like, it didn't fit in this movie. You want some dread, you want some intensity, and there's a lot of happy-go-lucky music. There's a lot of cartoony music. I don't want to say circus music, but it's just weird music choices that just kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, to lack of a better term. That drew me out. The CGI. Now, there is some CGI in this. Obviously, when Frank Langella, he goes full Satanist. He's caught on fire. That's horrible. But then there's also some bad green screen when it's just literally Johnny Depp driving a car. You know what I mean? The background. You couldn't, get in the car with him and drive and film it. You got bad green screen behind him. And it just takes me out of the movie. Now, let's get to the real ending of the movie. Frank Langella's killed, Interesting but goofy fucking climax. And then, afterwards, Johnny Depp survives, has sex with the girl. And again, Polanski doesn't hide the fact that she's supernatural. Every time Johnny Depp stares at her, her eyes glow. The first time she saves him from getting beat up, she literally jumps off like a fire escape, and she, floats down. Like she's fucking Jean Grey or Storm or something. She does that twice. So they don't hide the fact. That would have been kind of a better reveal, and then instead of just knowing right away that she's a demon or an angel or ghost, something like that. So they're having sex outside of the castle as it's on fire because, like I said, Frank Langella set himself ablaze because he thinks he's immortal, blah, blah, blah. And they have sex, the climax, and then he's on his merry way, and he finds a missing page of the book. And it's a woman, I think, writing, having sex with a dragon with a burning castle behind him. And first off, the sex scene is I would say it would be erotic if it wasn't for the weird CGI changes in the girl's face when she's climaxing and enjoying herself. It's goofy as shit. It came off really bad. And then he sees the picture. He realizes, okay, I guess he finally puts two and two together that this chick was otherworldly. He didn't realize she was fucking floating down, from from the high ground to save his ass. Or he never noticed like the changing fucking eyeballs. He goes there, and then he goes to the castle, and then like there's this light that opens up, and he walks in it, and boom, that's the end. Is he going to hell? Is he getting devil powers? Is he dying? I guess it's left up to interpretation, but it was a very like I would have been happy if, let's just say, Frank Langella's set on fire, he dies. They bang in the in the courtyard, and then she does this weird goofy face change, which is stupid. And why doesn't she kill him? And then we see like the missing page type of thing. That would have been a lot better than what the fuck we got, in my opinion. So, Ninth Gate. I did say I really liked it for what it was, most of all. But, because Johnny Depp was great, Frank Langella is great, the weird lady is, weird girl floating around is really good. All the acting is really, really good. I love the sets because, they're in France, they're in Italy, or wherever the fuck they're at, in Europe. I love the, him having to, be on the run from these people trying to kill him. I love that aspect of it. But when you really throw in, like, the supernatural stuff, like Frank Langella, setting himself on fire because he wants to feel no pain because he's got all the power of the devil, and then her weird morphine effect, in her face when she's banging Johnny Depp, and then the ending. I just kind of lost all that stuff. Kind of lost me at the end. It's like all this great build up, and then suddenly it just kind of for me. So really enjoyed it until like the last 20 minutes, and that kind of killed it for me. Kind of like, let's just say, Last Man on Earth. I discussed that for a few days ago with who was Vincent Price. It was great up until he met those fucking survivors. So that's it. I enjoyed the Ninth Gate for what it was, but I probably won't revisit it. So that's it. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Tell me, do you really like this? Do you hate this? Am I being too harsh on the last 20 minutes of it? I don't know. I just think that all that crap took me out of it. What was I gonna say? That's it. I don't know. I'm already babbling. It's late. Do recommend this movie, but be prepared for that last 20 minutes. It was a doozy for me. So I got other things planned. Won't say what it is because then I might not do them because I'm very, very busy with other channels too. Again, mumbling. Cheers.